What's up, guys? Before I start this video, I just rewatched it after I recorded it, and you can barely hear the audio. Some of my speaking because of the rain and my squeaky ass windshield wipers. So I apologize for that in advance. And I'm gonna try to edit it out and get it the best so you can hear my voice better. And I'm also working on getting a mic, which by I mean working is I bought one, but it was the wrong adapter, and I'm shipping it back and getting a new one with USB-C. But that's not important to you guys. So I'm just showing this in the beginning. Tell you guys I'm sorry of the editing. It's gonna sound a little crappy, but if you want to stick around, I really appreciate it, and thank you so much. And again, have a good day, and thank you for being an awesome person and giving me a little bit of your time of your busy lives and successful, awesome freaking lives to just watch a little bit of my videos. So thank you so much. All right, see you guys. Back to the video. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the video. I just got out. It's 2:30, and yes, I did get out of my car. I did put the camera in and then come out of the car and then come back in. Pretty funny. Anyways, today was a late day. I don't lie. 2:31. Honestly, it's not that bad for me. 3 o'clock. It's like on the cusp. I'll say it's on the cusp. I'm not saying it's ideal, but the latest I've gone out is 3 o'clock, 3:30 maybe on the late end, but relative to how everyone else is getting out, it's not that bad. But anyways, yeah, it was pretty tricky today because it was slow, and then they sped up, and then it was all over the place. Yeah, it was just a weird little rush and wait, and then try to get it all done. So, it is what it is. I'm not complaining. I'm not gonna complain about having a job that pays pretty well. So, yeah, there's that. What was I gonna talk about today? I'm not really sure, but I was thinking about starting to get into coding more, but honestly, I like doing the YouTube thing, but it doesn't take that much time. Normally, I go home, shower, eat, and then set up my laptop and edit the video within ideally I want to get it done within the hour. So it's just basically me just going through the video and cutting all the parts where I'm yawning. That's really all it is. It's just cutting the parts where I'm yawning. And the long pauses, I guess, but I haven't really got many of those. But yeah, that's about it. It's already 2:30, so that company that's right over there, they're already getting out. So I know it's going to be a bit of a wait right over here. That's why I like to get out before 2:30, because then I don't have to wait for all those people. Funny, I used to work over there. I just don't know why they don't rotate. I don't know, because there's different plants inside that company. I won't say the company's name because I don't, again, I don't know how this is gonna go. But anyways, they have multiple plants in there, so buildings. So I don't know why they don't rotate on time. Have one plant get out a little earlier, and the next day the other plants. They just rotate, and then you don't have such a cluster of traffic. We're trying to get out. Doesn't make any sense. And what's worse is they're all desperate to get out because it's just a whole bunch of people getting out at the same time. That they'll start lining up on the side of the road, and then in the intersection-ish middle area, and then just kind of wait there, and it's just really annoying. Yeah, see, there's one in there. It's just annoying. I don't get it. I don't like it, to be honest, but guess it is what it is. I mean, I don't feel necessarily too bad or too much spite for them, because they don't really make much pay. There's a guy that worked there that I knew. See, there it is. There's a guy I knew there that was working there for like, I want to say 20 years, and he still made like the same amount of money. I mean, he made. I wish I could show you guys, but I really don't want to show anyone's car, or anyone's face. Really, it seems weird. Yeah, the guy worked there for like 20 years, I think, and he only made like a couple dollars more. Like, he got barely any raise. I mean, he barely got any raise, on his yearly raises. But man, that sucks. I mean, he had this look on his face that I would never forget. He just had like, I'm like, really? I asked him, like, really? You worked there for 20 years and all they did was give you, X amount. It was just such a minimal amount that I was surprised. I was like, are you sure you said 20 years? Because it was definitely 20 years, but the pay was just so absurdly low that I was like, what? And when I asked them, like, really? That much? And he looked at me with this look. Oh my God, I'd never forget it. I hate laughing about it, but it just gave me a little chuckle right now, so I apologize. But he had this like sour look on his face, like of accepting, like a bittersweet, like not even bittersweet, because bittersweet's like partly good, partly bad, but it was like this guilty look on his face. Like, I could only describe it like if you knew you were being like neglected and abused, and then someone finally is like, is that what you're gonna take from somebody? Like, and then it's just like this embarrassment and guilt. Like, I don't even know what, but he couldn't help but admit that physically in his face, So I immediately cut the conversation and changed it to something else, because we were just talking about pay, and I was just, I'm like, I was just inquiring about his life, and I think it was like a group of us. So, man, that stare in his face, I would never forget his eyes. I mean, he had like a 1,000-yard stare, but boy, it was just so bad. I mean, he was a nice guy. Don't get me wrong, he was a really nice guy, always laughing. I mean, he seemed like, the sad part about it is, if he was at the right company, oh my God, he would excel. He was such a good team player. He knew everything. I mean, he was a dedicated employee. He was great. I mean, when I was there, he taught me everything. He was showing me everything. He was telling me about things. He'd always say something, but always be talking about something funny. But man, that kind of just changed me. That gave me a whole new insight about life. I'm like, man, I just got to really think about what I want to do in life and what I want, what I really want in life. But anyways, yeah, that company pays little money, and they give you free boots yearly or every 6 months or so. So I guess there's that if you want to count that as something. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't good. My time there, I don't think I liked it. I was promised to be a team leader there, and then nothing ever happened. In fact, nothing was ever even said. So I don't know. I was like, okay, and then I went on and moved on to RVs. That was box trucks that I worked in, and then I went to RVs, and the pay was a lot better. Nearly double, if not more, actually. Yeah. Something else. And then the job actually that I took right after, it wasn't that great. I'm gonna be completely honest, it wasn't that great. But it taught me how to get up to speed with the RV speed rate, and it got me in the door. I want to say with the physicality that I got from that job. So it was all right. I mean, it was a good transition, I guess. you know, but I knew that place sucked right away because, I mean, the way they just handle things, I'm like, man, it seems like they're so immature about it, you know, so, like, unprofessional, so, yeah, it was silly. That's what sucks about some jobs is, you know, you go into a place and you can immediately tell that it's a dead end, and you're just like, man, like, what? Because, you know, it's like you're figuring out the vibe. Like, you know, you go into a new place, try to figure out the vibe, who's there, right? I mean, with retail, I work in Target. I will say I work in Target, so, you know, it's just Target. But Target, you know, you can tell. You'll quickly know who's been there for a while and who's, you know, just got there for seasonal. Because, you know, they usually hire during seasonal. But that's what sucks about a job when you go into, I guess, a non-retail, like non-entry level place. You know, you go into the place and then you immediately tell right away that it's kind of a dead end. And, you know, you're just like, wow, well, I guess I'll be here for a little bit and then figure out something else. Or, you know, you ask around, you know, for the pay or whatever. You ask around for the pay, and then everyone gives you like a sour look to you, or like a shaking the head, you know, shaking my head kind of vibe, and tell you it's been the same or something, or they'll tell you right away like, oh yeah, this place sucks, like I want to quit. Or you go into a new place and the guy that's training you is already quitting or something. So I'm sure that's very common because in my experience, through selectively job hopping, I've been able to make more money that way than staying at one place. Yeah, guys, I mean, I'm gonna keep this video short because I don't have really much to say besides what I just talked about at work. I mean, just a quick summary. I will be making a car tour video soon, as requested by a comment on the first video I made. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys. Have a good one and be safe. Alright guys, real quick. I know this is like the third part of me editing in a second or third part of the video. But if you want to goon, go ahead. But just don't let it be, you know, I had to get this out of my mind because I thought about it, but it was after the fact, and this is like, you know, like the I don't know what you call it in the book when it's like not the prologue, but you know, the epilogue, I guess, right? But anyways, if you want to be a goon, like, go ahead, like, do it, but just don't let it be something that's gonna take part of your daily routine, right? So you gotta like fit it in when it's not gonna take your time. When it starts affecting your life, like, I mean, don't do it. I mean, I guess do it daily, but if you are gonna do it daily, maybe do it at a time when it's low, like, you know, maybe we're going to sleep or something silly. But if it starts affecting your life, that's when it's a problem. And I shouldn't be the one telling you this because you're obviously smart people, and you know, even though I'm maybe a little smart, I may not do the right things, or I may know that, you know, you gotta save money. But anyways, it doesn't matter. That's not the point. I'm just saying, if you're gonna goon, go ahead and goon, right? But don't let it affect your lives, right? Especially above all else, treat everyone respectfully too, because just because they're portrayed a certain way doesn't mean that, you know, they're all, you know, it's gonna be like that. In particular, I'm talking about like, you know, females or anything like that. You know, that's the biggest problem in that kind of situation in porn, that they're depicted being mostly a male-dominated field that of consumerism, that, you know, they're depicted a certain way, and that mentally affects. There's been scientifically, you know, studies have been proven that men mentally alter their minds because they perceive these women. They become such a goon that they portray women differently because of all the porn they watch. So don't let that be you. I know that won't be you, but I just want to add that a little bit. I mean, I know it's silly, but I had it in my mind. I actually had it in my mind before I started the video during the break, and I was like, I'm gonna talk about that, but I completely forgot about it. And then after I did a quick retake of me telling you guys how the quality of the video is gonna be because of the sound of the rain and all that, I was like, wait, I just remembered the one thing I was gonna talk about in the video. That's why I was blanking out. I was like, I was gonna talk about something today, but I don't know what it was. This is exactly the one thing I was gonna talk about. So, anyways, all right, thank you guys. Have a good one. Peace.